Hi everyone, I wanted to do an update for you all. So last time we talked, I was working through Dune and the Hunger Games. I just finished the Hunger Games, I think, and I was waiting on the Sea of Monsters. And I was planning to start Silmarillion. So to pick up on where I left off, I started the Silmarillion. I'm listening to it through an audiobook recording of it on YouTube, actually. So I'm listening to that. Thoughts on the Silmarillion. I wasn't actually anticipating reading it from the beginning to the end. I was just going to read a couple select chapters with one of the dragons that I'm interested in learning a little bit about for inspiration for my own fantasy world. But I started that chapter and I was so confused with all the names and everything, so I decided to read it just from the beginning. And I started the first chapter and I got a page through and I had to put it down because I couldn't focus on it for whatever reason. I wanted to read something fun and I couldn't focus on something that wasn't easy, I guess. So I found an audio recording of it and I listened to that for about an hour. I don't know where I'm at in the book. I think I'm onto the chapter section. There's like 2 pre-sections. So far, thoughts on the Silmarillion. The prose is really pretty. I like it a lot. I'm trying to put everything together in my head with how it's essentially the beginning of this world, and I'm trying to grasp it all, and there's a lot to grasp, and so that's difficult, but I think it's a lot better with the audiobook, so I'm working through that. So like I said, I couldn't seem to actually read it because it was difficult, and I wanted something easy to read, and I really wanted to read, so I looked at my bookshelf and I found a book that I haven't read that was easy to read, and it's Because of Winn-Dixie, and I know this is a children's book, but I decided to read it. It's very easy. I think I'm halfway through it. I read it, picked it up twice, and it's about a girl and her dog, and I'm enjoying it. And last thing I wanted to mention, The Sea of Monsters by Rick Riordan arrived in the mail today, so I haven't started it yet. I didn't realize how small it is in comparison. This is The Sea of Monsters. This is The Lightning Thief, which actually, they're the same size essentially, but it's thinner, and for some reason it just feels really, really small. Then if you compare it to The House of Hades, which is not the same Percy Jackson series, but look at the size difference there. It's incredible. So, I'm hoping because it's so short, I'll be able to finish it pretty quickly. I will keep working through the Silmarillion. I'll probably finish Because of Winn-Dixie, and then, or I may just start The Sea of Monsters now because I feel like it. So, one thought that I've been having, I think that I am going to save my difficult reads for the wintertime when I am comfortable sitting down and just curling up and working my way through a difficult book. So things like the Silmarillion, if I can't get it on audiobook, I will probably hold it off till winter, and I will enjoy my easy reads now because I don't typically want to read for long stretches of time in the summer because I want to go outside or I've got things to do or I'm busy with work and life and everything else. An update on Dune by Frank Herbert, which I'd started reading. I checked the ebook out from the library and I ran out of time to finish it, so I'm waiting for the audiobook, which I have a hold on in the library, and hopefully I'll get it before the end of the month. So yeah, I am planning to finish Dune as soon as I can get my hands on it. That's all for now.
Alright, welcome back. Yeah, I've not done a ton of reading so far, like I suspected would happen. I put down Gathering Blue for the time being because I realized that I have to get Hunger Games read in order for us to review it. So I picked up Hunger Games and I am on chapter 12, almost halfway through. There's some things about Hunger Games that I've noticed this time that are really interesting. So it's like a lot of stories. It's split into 3 parts, and at the end of one part, beginning of the next part, is a major turning point in the way that Katniss, the main character, is thinking about things. So that's really interesting that I caught that this time. I'm excited to see what else I catch as I continue through the book. The writing style is first person, and that I'm finding the more I read that I don't care for first person POV. It's not terrible, and the author, Suzanne Collins, does a great job at making sure that since it is in first person POV, that everything flows and is in the present tense, so it's happening in the now, unless she's describing a event or something that happened in the past. I also really like how the author is very naturally including little bits of history, lore almost, and it feels very natural. It doesn't feel forced at all, the way that she's just weaving them into the narrative, and it's really well done. But yeah, the first person POV is kind of a little bit annoying to me, but it's what it is, and I'm still enjoying this series. I love the atmosphere, I guess, of this book. The world is so vivid, and that's a really important part to a well-told story, in my opinion. And I'll check in at the end of the week, and we'll see where we're at from there.
Here to check in with you guys. Percy Jackson and the Sea of Monsters. I just started this, I'm 4 chapters in, and I'm excited to read it again. I don't remember what happened at all last time I read it, so everything's kind of new to me. It is coming back as I read along. It's interesting to see how Percy is changing. So his reactions in this book are different than they were in the last book. Just even if it's only been, 6 or 8 months since we've last seen him, he's grown up a little bit. And we get to see that, and that's really, really neat. I don't remember the plot of this book at all. I have scenes of the movie in my head, but I know the movie was way off in this, so I'm not entirely sure what's actually going to happen in this book. An update on the Silmarillion. I have only listened to an additional 12 minutes since we last talked, so I haven't made a lot of progress on that. Hopefully I'll get to that more this week. It's been busy. And I finished because of Winn-Dixie. I haven't made as much progress as I would have liked this weekend. I have only gotten, just little bits in each book, but I'm working through it. I'm still waiting on the audiobook of Dune. I haven't received that yet, so when that comes, I will listen to that as well. That's all for now.
Alright, so end of the week update. I am most of the way through Hunger Games. I'm on chapter 22 of 27. So, most of the way through the book. Not much has changed of my thoughts since I last checked in. I'm still enjoying the book. I've gotten used to the first-person POV a little bit more, and I'm not quite so jarred by it anymore. It's still not my favorite point of view, but it's okay. One thing that I really like and really respect about Suzanne Collins, the author, is that she's not afraid to hurt her characters. That's something that I find a lot of authors are afraid to do, is give their character a wound, give them something that actually challenges their abilities, and so that I'm glad that she's willing to and able to do that. If she couldn't, it would feel far less realistic than it does. I haven't gotten back to Gathering Blue yet, just because I'm trying to finish Hunger Games, and I have a very one-track mind when it comes to reading, so as soon as I finish Hunger Games, I will finish Gathering Blue, and then I think I'm starting Words of Radiance after that. Next time we talk, for sure I should be done with Hunger Games, and I should have picked Gathering Blue back up, so we'll see how I'm feeling then.
Hi everyone, I just wanted to film a quick update. So, I am still working through Percy Jackson and the Sea of Monsters. I don't really have any particular thoughts that I want to share about it. Nothing's really standing out to me. I'm taking time to notice more of the details as I read through this book. I know I mentioned this with the Hunger Games, but the first time I read the book, I was so excited to get the story that I skipped a lot of the little details. I just read way too fast. So I'm taking time and, I'm catching all these details and making sure I can create a vivid picture in my mind. No progress on the Silmarillion yet. I haven't had a chance to listen to it again, and I haven't had a chance to listen to it again. I won't be getting to Salt to the Sea this month by Rita Sepetys, which was on my May TBR, and I'm really sad about this because I was very excited to read that book, but I don't own it, and the month is rapidly running out, so I'm gonna stick to Percy Jackson and the Sea of Monsters, and the Silmarillion, and I'm going to buckle down and get those finished before the month is out, and hopefully I will get to read Salt to the Sea sometime soon, because I really am looking forward to that. I'm still waiting on Dune. I don't have the audiobook yet. I guess that's all for now.
Alright, quick update. Today is Wednesday the 20th, and since Sunday, I can't say that I've read anything. So yeah, I haven't made any progress on Hunger Games, and I haven't made any progress on Gathering Blue. The reason why is because I'm a college student and I'm taking a summer class. I'm still trying to work it out, and I'm hopefully going to get some time to finish this. It's not going to take me that long to finish it. I've got 6 chapters left or something like that. It's annoying and it's sad, and I really wish I did, but I don't. Alright.
Hi everyone, I wanted to do a last update before we finish out the week. I finished Percy Jackson and the Sea of Monsters. I don't really have any really particular thoughts about it. It definitely isn't my favorite of the series. It kind of just dragged along. I saw some really interesting character development that I think was important, and some character, like relationship building between the characters, and that was really good. But other than that, I feel like the book is a little out of place. It's almost as if it doesn't have a complete purpose, although I know it does. I can't hate it, partly because I love the world so much and because I love the characters, and also a little bit of nostalgia along with that. I haven't finished Silmarillion. I haven't made any progress on it. Now that I've finished the Percy Jackson series, I will buckle down on the Silmarillion and get reading on that and try and finish it out before the month of May is over. That is my last update for this week. See you guys next time.
Alright, so this is my last check-in for this vlog, and I actually made some progress since last time we talked. I finished Hunger Games. I mean, I had 7 chapters or something like that left, so it wasn't a ton, but I finished it. I enjoyed it. I don't know that there's anything about it specifically that I liked more or less than the first time I read it, or anything that was different or anything like that. It was about the same in my opinion, but it was good. I enjoyed it. It was fun, and I'm glad I got to finish it. I also finished Gathering Blue. I had about half that book left. I mean, they're short books, and I finished it. I read it all yesterday. Interesting thing about Gathering Blue, I've read The Giver twice, I think, counting this latest read through. As I was reading Gathering Blue, I was thinking, it was like, I think I kind of see where this is going, because I have kind of gotten to where I understand how stories work and how people think a lot better. Having read The Giver twice, I know how Lois Lowry writes and how she thinks in that book anyways. So I kind of understood where this second one, Gathering Blue, might be going, and there was a couple things that when they came up, I was like, oh, I guess this. And then there was a couple things like, oh, I didn't expect that, but then when it did come, I was like, I think I know where it's going. But so I did kind of know where it was going, and I kind of suspected how it would end, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. I did enjoy it. Gathering Blue is about a girl who is a weaver. She makes patterns and stuff with thread, but she also is learning to make dyes from plants and whatever she uses to make the dyes, and that's really cool. I really enjoyed that aspect of it, but for some reason that whole dyeing and artistry aspect of this book was really enjoyable to me. Maybe because I'm an artist in my own way, but that was really fun to read about. I finished Hunger Games and Gathering Blue, and I think the next thing for me is Words of Radiance, which I'm super excited to finally get to. Yeah, I don't know how much I'll get to read this week, because these last 2, I read this Friday and Saturday, so it may be Friday and Saturday again before I get to read much. I did make some progress, and I'm very happy about that. So yeah, alright, I'll see you later.